Good morning. Welcome back to Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth. I have had my coffee this morning, so
Ooh.
I am now hyped up on caffeine.
Officially.
Although
she was trying to, have a mini crush on one of the Conroe coffee posters, and she was like, "Oh, that looks good." And I was like, "What about your white mocha?" So I guess you'll be exploring that after 10, huh?
I don't know.
Oh. Are you done? Oh,
I got my Dr. Pepper.
I was about to say, see, I'm a coffee drinker all day long. So anyway, I'm one of those. But anyway, that being said, welcome back to the show. We're here till 10 o'clock just sharing about what's going on in the community, in our lives, and of course, spotlighting some of the great events and organizations in Conroe, Montgomery area, and throughout really Texas, the world. Will do it all. Today's going to be just so awesome because if you just tuned in and you don't already know, it's the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival weekend, and we are so excited. We actually have Kristi joining us this morning. Good morning, Kristi.
Good morning.
Oh, that helps. I'm sorry, darling. Good morning.
That's okay. Good morning.
I know. I'm like, I'm still waking up myself. Yeah. But Kristi was so sweet to join us because we reached out to her saying we wanted someone that could really talk about the festival. And then we got a slam dunk, a home run, because this young lady not only knows about the festival, she's a Conroe native, so she knows everything about this area, but also because she's plugged into a lot of the Friends of Conroe program and everything. So she'll be filling us in on some great stuff. And really for the festival itself, when I spoke with Kristi, she was like, "Oh, it's been going on for years," because I'm a newbie, right? Mm-hmm. So hearing about it, I just had no idea. So how long has it been going on, Kristi?
So this is our 28th year for the festival.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because a lot of people don't realize that it is produced by the Friends of Conroe, which is a nonprofit organization. And but we have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I know she's being very, very humble there because a lot of fun. I know last night I heard some great stuff, and I know when I walked in the studio this morning, I could tell that we had some guests in, and that luckily some of the artists were able to stop by. So I know, stay tuned, or stay plugged into Lone Star Community Radio, because I know throughout the day, and probably into the evening, we're going to get a chance to kind of talk to some of the artists, and that's one of the great things now. There's so much going on, right? So kind of fill us in on a little bit of everything, if you will.
Well, we really have something for everyone, everybody's musical taste, everybody's entertainment taste. We have, a kids stage where we've got magicians and snake handlers and, dance troops and all kinds of fun stuff. Plus we have, 3 other stages where we have live music going on all day starting at 12:30. So you can have some Cajun music. You can have some amazing Texas music, along with some hometown favorites that are performing at the hometown stage on the courthouse steps. So a lot of history, a lot of tradition, a lot of really great entertainment.
That is so cool. Yeah, I heard a lot of the great artists last night, and one notably that I was like, bam, I can't believe he's here, because in Houston I saw him years ago was Stoney LaRue.
Yes, Stoney was here.
And I was just blown away because I was like, right here in Conroe? I mean, that's so awesome. And then you were talking about the 80s band. What was the
Molly Ringwalds.
Oh, that would have been so awesome. And I am, of course, we're 80s lovers, I think, so just hearing that they're right here, being able to kind of hop around, because you wouldn't think of Stoney and then, Molly Ringwalds together, but it's fantastic to be able to kind of bring it all, back and forth and really cover every genre, because Zydeco, I mean, it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
I love it. And so for some, now you were commenting right before we got on air about the festival treats or the festival foods. What did you think?
Well, I'm a funnel cake kind of girl. Really am. But we have crawfish pies. We have fried catfish. There's so many wonderful things. I have never tried a deep fried Twinkie, and that is really on my list to do this weekend.
Yeah, that, and I don't know if they have them here, but the fried Oreos. But I have a feeling it would be like just a bite or two, because for some reason, if I have more than 2 of those babies, I'm like hyped up on some crazy
those
caffeine.
Are good. I have had the fried Oreos.
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Yeah. And now, what did you think about that fried butter, huh?
That's kind of intriguing
butter
to
ball,
me. Yeah. It's, I'm a butter girl, but I don't know if I could take it battered and deep fried.
Yeah, it's one. I think we'd all agree. Like, we try a smidgen of a bite. Like, let's cut it into eighths. Because you're like, oh, that's a lot right there. Now, if I was making a pasta dish, I'd be like, throw a ball in. Let's see how it is. I'm so silly. Anyway, sorry. Let's get back to the festival, of course. Listen, a foodie and hasn't had breakfast, I'm all, let's do it. So what do you think was like one of the more bigger highlights from last night or yesterday's event?
Well, Friday nights are always really interesting. And Friday the 13th did add some strange elements to the whole evening.
Really?
Yeah, it was just kind of really interesting. But Stoney LaRue obviously had a fantastic show. The Molly Ringwalds were amazing. What I personally thought was super cool is right in front of the DeMontron stage where Stoney was playing, the Budweiser bar is set up. And we had the Houston Astros on. So we got to watch the Astros beat the Yankees live while we're sitting there in the middle of the road in downtown Conroe listening to Stoney LaRue.
I can only imagine the crowd.
It was wild.
Yeah, because everybody, I mean, in my house, my husband was clapping, and he's a loud clapper like crazy town. He was all, and so I can only imagine times 10, you have a huge crowd out there. Yeah, and go Astros. Keep it coming, guys. We love that. Altuve is so blooming cute, by the way. Every time I see him, I just think of that GIF where he's all, dancing funny. Anyway, totally random. Sorry, squirrel. And so, yeah, as far as the festival, I was excited and blown away, really, because I'm surprised. I'm a newbie to the area, relatively new, and the city girl. I mean, you've got a Ferris wheel right there on 105, so you've got like a carnival kind of corner, too, for the kids.
Absolutely.
And rides. See, that is so cool. So
why has it got to be just for the kids?
Agreed.
True. Probably because mama's stomach can't handle it. And I have a fear of heights, and, somebody in high school tried to freak me out by getting close to the edge, and that's all it needs. Okay, anyway, random. So what's up with the armband? Because I saw like armband things. So is that how you get in? How is the...
So if you want to go to the carnival, the easiest way to go ride the rides is just to buy your armband. On today and tomorrow, they're $25, but that gives you unlimited rides all day long.
Really?
Till we close. Yes.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah, so that way you can really take advantage and ride everything, and it's great for the kids, and, they have a good time. There really is something for every age group.
I love that. And, I even saw that there's a pageant going on, correct?
Yes, there is. Yes, absolutely. Mr. and Miss Catfish. That's been a relatively new tradition, but we've had it for a while, and it really is fun. The kids go out there. They have a great time. The committee that puts it on really, really takes a lot of care in making sure the kids are comfortable, that they're having fun. And it's just a really fun ego boost. They have a really great time.
Yes, and I loved, like, when I was looking at on the website at some of the, the guidelines and requirements stuff, what I love is they were, just authentic, come out, nothing extravagant makeup-wise, no extravagant clothing, nothing, to what you would think stereotypical pageant style.
Right.
They really want some homegrown just kids coming in and shining their light.
That's
and
right.
It was so awesome to see that. And I was a bit disappointed that there was a cutoff, meaning you couldn't be grown and participate.
Yeah, I know. I need to work on that.
Please do, because, kind of, if you could do maybe like middle-aged Miss Catfish.
I know.
Miss Middle-Aged Catfish. Something will roll off the tongue. I'm just saying, because I'm right there and I could bring it. And I would be authentic.
Well, I think the parade wave, that would have to be part of the competition, because you would have to master that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll practice it.
I'll work on that.
Thank you.
Wrist, elbow.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh, I feel like an amateur now.
Where in the world did you?
Wrist, elbow. Okay.
Man. Oh, but funny thing, my mom told me, she was like the homecoming queen pageant and all that stuff. She said the funny thing you'll find is most of the time when you wave at somebody in a way, they'll wave at you the same way. So when I see, like people on the streets or somebody I know, I'll try something like, and they'll do the same thing back. They'll wave the same way back.
That's funny. I've
Just
never
test
thought
it.
about that, but that's true.
Test it, guys. Test
I'm
it.
going to work on
We
that.
should wave like the queen.
Oh, what? See, it's kind of.
see ya.
She kind of seems gangster when she does it. She's like, what? Oh, that is too funny. I'm going to try that later today. Woo woo. No. Oh, we could get in some trouble, ladies, together. But yeah. So as far as what's going on today, I know you said that it starts now. The live music starts at 12:30. Does the festival open up sooner?
Open up at 12.
They open at 12. Now, we do want to alert all our listeners. It's taken over downtown Conroe, but you can definitely find parking.
Yes.
But there's even a greater cool service, right? You'll have this shuttle service.
We sure do. So if you go to the Target parking lot in Conroe on 105, you can park there and take the shuttle. It departs about every 15 minutes. So it's very convenient. That way you don't have to worry about finding a parking space. It's a free service that we offer. But that way you don't have to worry about, the traffic and figuring out which roads are closed and everything. You can just really come and relax and have a good time.
Because they're all closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. The only reason we made it here is because we get here before, the sun comes up. That's the only reason. But no, I think it's fantastic. And I was just impressed because, yes, I've seen downtown Conroe shut down for events, but this is by far the largest, kind of takeover, if you will. And it's so cool. And your website is cool. I mean, being able to kind of see, and it just adds to the hype,
Yeah.
So what are some of the artists coming up today or tomorrow that you're particularly excited about? I mean, I know everybody's awesome.
Oh,
but
yeah. There really are so many. And if you download the Conroe Cajun Catfish app, it's both on the Google Play Store and on iTunes. It really has all the lineup for all the different stages, all 3 days of the festival. Obviously, we've got Josh Ward, local guy, fantastic. If you love Texas music, you're going to absolutely love Josh Ward. And just a really great guy, too. Him, Wynn Clark Green coming in. And then, of course, our headlining act this evening is Aaron Watson. So we're excited to have Aaron here in downtown Conroe. Want to show him all the love like he has shown all of his fans for so many years. And we just love how much he's grown, how much he gives back. He's just a great guy. And so it's going to be a fantastic show.
Man, I love it. And I love hearing these top dollar names coming in. I mean, it's just awesome. And that just, again, of course, we are the fastest growing city in the U.S., via the U.S. Census Bureau. So it's not just us making it up, but it's just amazing to see it, the response that you get from these national artists that come back and don't forget where they're homegrown, and want to come back and share the love. And of course, they've got a love for the festival themselves. So
yeah, and it's, and we are unique in the fact that it is a big street party. You don't see those much anymore. And especially ones that totally benefit nonprofits.
That's right. Because inform our listeners, I was really surprised to learn that. I mean, in the sense of that is so cool. I don't get to hear that. So, yes, tell our listeners what happens with all the profits.
Yeah, so the Friends of Conroe was organized in 1990 as a way to help revitalize the downtown Conroe area. Obviously, we've had a lot of influx of businesses since then, including Lone Star Internet Radio. And so that was the original mission, and we've since expanded it to help support a lot of area nonprofits. So we do a lot of high school scholarships, but we also support a lot of Montgomery County nonprofit organizations.
That is so wonderful. And the festival itself, too, does the profits will be
absolutely,
I guess, split them, on your end as far as helping and profit or helping others, the nonprofits. So it's just so fantastic because I don't, and of course, I don't always get the time to go through and kind of look at every festival and what happens, but you rarely hear about actually this is nonprofit, whatever goes, excess goes to XYZ. I mean, those are just kind of unheard of things. So it was so cool to hear that factor. And I was like, man. So, and about Friends of Conroe, I've heard about Friends of Conroe, but hearing the history and of course you being on the board of directors was just so nice because I was like, man, she's going to know where everything is. Because, I'm still learning everything, including the back roads. We love it all.
Me too, don't feel bad.
Well, and as far as, I know you said the app, right? But people, can they come up with cash and being able to take it there, credit card?
Oh, sure. Cash, credit card, whatever's easiest.
See, that's so great. And then you were saying how many stages are going to be going?
So we have 3 stages. We've got the DeMontron stage, the PCI stage, and our hometown stage.
Perfect. And I love the hometown stage, too, just because, again, that's what is so wonderful about our city. Showing the love back and making sure that we highlight a lot of the great artists because that's something that and I'll rave about it every Saturday until, Kingdom Come. I love City of Conroe and how much talent is here. I was blown away at it because I come from Houston and I came to this place thinking just some country fun. And man, did I get blown out of the water with some of this great talent. I mean, between the artists, both, as far as theater, we're talking, the art itself and then the musicians. It amazes me.
Yeah, it really does. And the hometown stage kind of grew out of somebody saying, hey, what if we were to showcase some of the people here? Because again, we're very, very rich and talented artists. And it's been such a great success. And it really kind of gives them a stage. We've seen some folks that have started out at the hometown stage and then ended up as an opening act on some of the bigger stages later on. So it just kind of gives that exposure and that way to cultivate that talent.
See, I think that's so great. And of course, I'm sure that all the stages are covered with all kinds of fans.
Oh, yeah.
That being said, what are some of, just personally, you growing up, things that you love and look forward to when you go to the festival?
Well, to me, of course, from my perspective, the festival is just so much fun. It's great family time. So I have twins that are 12 and in 7th grade. And it really is a family event. My husband, my kids are out here with me. Everybody has a good time. It's safe. the Conroe PD is here. They're making sure everybody's having a good time, but everybody is safe and secure. And, you have within walking distance and very brief walking distance where you can go from one music genre over to another one. You can grab some great food on the way. Then you can walk the kids over to the carnival and let them play and have a good time. We have street performers. There's just so much going on. You can't help but get caught up in the energy. It is just an amazing weekend.
That is so cool. Yeah. And I know I was telling Jen that it's crazy town this weekend, but man, I want to come so bad. I'm going to have to try to see what I can move and shake around. So I'm
And even Sunday, we've got Tracy Bird here Sunday.
I know.
What a great show he's going to be. And you can go out and you can dance in the middle of the street and just enjoy some of his classics. And, if you want to imbibe in a special beverage, you can do that as well. But it really is a lot of fun for the whole family.
I got to make it happen, I'm telling you, because I can't wait another year until this happens again. I mean, good night. I'm kicking myself. I've overbooked my obligations, so that's why I'm like, what if I back out on this and do this? Are you down? I'm looking at you, and I'm pointing at you. And there's only 3 of us in the room. Kristi's going to be here. That means I'm talking to you.
As long as I can find a babysitter.
Well, you can bring the J-Man. Okay, we'll talk about it. All right, I know where she's going, and we'll talk about it. Okay, yes. So good times I know is going to be had by everybody today, and we'd love to find out, our listeners, who's going, because we want to connect with you and hear about your favorite activities here, your favorite attractions, your favorite food, and Kristi, I got to know. What about the catfish? Fill me in on what kind of catfish and where we can get it.
There's so much. We have some of the greatest food vendors here. Plus, we have a couple of food trucks this year. So if you've got a hankering for anything Cajun or catfish related, or if you just want like a good foot-long corn dog, some curly fries, man, we got you covered.
Yes. And I love good fried catfish.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're here, but some little hush puppies.
Lots of hush puppies.
Good. I do love me a long corn dog. Any turkey on a stick by chance?
There's definitely some turkey on a stick.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll still come.
Turkey on a stick?
Oh, I'm sorry. The turkey leg. Turkey leg.
We can rub it on your face. It'll be all right.
No, I remember.
We're going to save that for the road trip.
Thank you.
Okay, just please include me on the pictures.
Absolutely.
And then I'll be my own gift getting smacked with the turkey leg. But that's okay.
I can make that happen.
Hey, now you watch it. So real quick, just so I can get in the know, because, city girl here. So as a native, just Conroe resident, how have you seen it blown up over the years? Because, of course, I come out here and I was looking for the country, and then it starts booming. Everybody's moving here and they start expanding roads. But that must have been awesome growing up here, right?
Well, it's funny because I remember, not to date myself or anything, but, I remember whenever we used to drive to Houston, and the Woodlands area was nothing but an area of trees, really. The growth here is absolutely amazing. And it's nice. It's been nice to see how the city and our whole area has really evolved with it and embraced the growth, but also really stayed true to its roots. And, part of the Friends of Conroe mission is to make sure those roots stay intact, but it's really great because the community embraces that already. So we get to, really celebrate the history of, the train station, which is how we got here, and then you've got the birth of the Texas flag in Montgomery, but still evolving all the time.
Yes, and that's something too, because it's something that I love about the city is, even though with everything evolving, that there's still like authentic and historic, environment downtown, right? And it makes me so happy to be here, because I'm not gonna lie, when I first got here, I was like, this is like, from Northern Exposure downtown, like in that little TV show, I was like, it's like a little homegrown town. I'm not used to it, and I love it because, of course, all the great shops, all the great history, and then, of course, being able to go to downtown Montgomery too. It's just so beautiful, and looking at everything, and it's so wonderful. Now, of course, the 2-lane roads kind of threw me off for a while. But now they're expanding, and I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm like, boo.
Yeah, there is a little bit of sadness that goes with the growth. My mom worked on the courthouse square for 35 years, so I grew up literally on the steps of the courthouse. And my summer jobs were here, recording things at the courthouse. And it's just, but it's so cool to have an event here that really highlights that and really just shows off the beauty of this downtown, because there really are some amazing elements that most people don't know about.
I know. Well, and of course, I get all excited because I love how it feels, and it's just so nice to have. I mean, of course, just citywide exposure and so much activity, but it's still a home ground feeling.
Yes, absolutely.
And everybody's so nice to each other, and it's so sweet, and I love it. I love it.
I know there was even a Yankees fan watching the game with us last night, and some of us were a little bit concerned, but no, everybody just embraced him and said, hey, sorry you lost, but it was fun.
That's one thing.
Sorry you lost, but in your face.
In your face.
Okay, I was just about to say we have good sports manners. Thank you for proving me wrong, Jen. No
problem.
That is something too that has to be said about Texas. It's so great. I don't see any other state having their own little bumper sticker saying, I may not have been born here, but I got here as quick as I could.
Absolutely.
And I am a native Texan, native Houstonian, so I am proudly, and I'm proud about that. I remember moving to Atlanta and living there, and then they said when I went to go get my license changed and everything, they're like, well, if you do, then you're going to lose your Texas license. I was like, hold on. You're saying if I get my license here, I lose my number? Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I was like, I'm going to have to start making plans to get back to Texas because Mama don't want that. I was like, oh, no, that's not going to work. So I love it here. And yeah, City of Conroe is fantastic. So
I think Texans should have the option of dual citizenship.
In other states. I like that. I think that needs to be something that we address with some of our leaders. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I definitely concur. Yes, because it's too hard to give up. I'm like, no, I know that number by heart, just like my Social Security card, and I'm not taking it. No, not going to do it. But man, it's a great state to be in, I tell you. So that being said, I'm sure anyone non-Texan may be like, oh, those Texans. But hey, you're here, and if you want to be here, it's a great state.
And we embrace our crazy around here.
We really do. And, of course, there are a few wild ones. So I'm sure you get to see some throughout the weekend, too. But luckily, Conroe PD is here, making sure everything's safe and, of course, on the roads and everything. So it's so great to, have that, especially because, yes, I've got a 12-year-old, too. And it'd be nice for me to be able to go watch a band and feel comfortable with him going down to get on the Ferris wheel without me thinking some crazy town's going to be there, So that can't always be this, the case, Now mine's older, but you know how it is. So yes, I am so excited about the weekend. I really want to, hijack some of my stuff and kind of put it on the side so maybe we can partake in the fun. And she's just looking at me. Okay, Jen. Yeah, it'll happen. Her eyes say a lot.
We need to take a break.
Oh, boo. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, yeah. But Kristi, see, I could talk all day. Kristi, you got to stick around because I want to play a little game. You think you're up for it?
Yeah, I'm going to get some more coffee in me, so I'm really ready.
All right. Y'all stay tuned. We've got more of Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth coming up next.